Hello, my beautiful viewers. How are you? I have my shining bright glasses on for my miracle man, Howard Brown. And look the nails, look the nails, look the nails, my beautiful Howard. We did an amazing reveal last night. Last night on Diamond Moment magazine. And our beautiful Howard Brown was our cover person, our cover man, and truly amazing stories, insight, and tributes from all the ladies in the Diamond Beauties. What an honor! Honor to have such an inspirational man in my life. I call him my miracle man, and he calls me his dancing queen butterfly. So I am wishing you and sending you much love and healing, my beautiful Howard, my miracle man. So, my beautiful ones, we're going to talk about inspiration. What inspires you? I've got incredible ladies to come and share their wisdom, their brilliance, and their stories with all of you. And maybe there is something that one of them will say, or their story will change your life that you want to say. If they can do it, I can do it. In all the experience I create, I would love to have or showcase people. You can have pockets of happiness every day. You must just be open and ready. And then you have to do a mind shift and then experience happiness. Are you ready? I am going to play my beautiful sponsors video. First, it will be Jose Escobar from the Connectors Leaders Academy. And then I'm going to play Shemenda, and he is from City Marketing. So my beautiful sponsors, to you. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of some of the highest level entrepreneurs all around the world, over 440 plus members. We are in 46 states across the US and over 24 international countries, growing every single day to the tune of one new member per day on average, Monday through Friday, with a retention that's massively high. And why do we retain a lot of our members? Why are we growing so fast? Because we're bringing the best of all entrepreneurs from all different backgrounds under one roof. We're doing some special things here. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to scale your influence, make more money, get more clients, referrals, leads, collaborations, endorsements, you name it, this is the hub for you. Check out connectedleadersacademy.com. We would love to welcome you in. Thank you.
Thank you, my beautiful Jose. And the ladies is in. My beautiful ladies, I would love to play Shemenda's video before we start. And they are helping me with my social media and also my website. So I'm truly honored. So here is beautiful Shemenda.
Stuck. Like you're wandering through a maze with no exit, struggling to find clients? You're not alone. I've helped countless entrepreneurs find their way out in just 7 days.
I have to say, Sheminda, your team absolutely is amazing, and I could not have made a better choice.
I think you're the greatest blessing I believe I've had in a long time in my life, along with your staff.
They have made the biggest difference in my business.
And I can help you too. When you book a call with me, you will get access to my $997 course for free about how to find clients in just 7 days. It's like a GPS to success. The best part is when you book a call, you will also get a free landing page built for your business. And scan the QR code and book a call. See you inside.
Just do it. You're not going to regret it.
Thank you, my beautiful sponsors, my beautiful viewers. The girls is in the town. The girls is in the house. I want to say town, but then I thought, no, maybe in the house. Maybe in the house is the right one. So my beautiful Gail, my beautiful love bug, that is your name.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from, and then we will go to Sydney.
Okay, glad to. Hello, everybody. I am Gail Kraft. I am a new member of this amazing community, and I actually work with people who are struggling to get out of the dark side. It's an amazing thing. I love what I do. And I come from New Hampshire, but I am always online.
I love it. I love it. And
That's nice.
I just see you everywhere with the Mrs. Spots. You are truly such a blessing. And I am truly honored that Howard have introduced you to me. And I just love you, my love bug. I love you. Thank you. My beautiful Sydney. I'm so sorry, my beautiful Sydney. My soul architect. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sydney. Hello, welcome. I'm Sydney Francis, Reverend Sydney Francis. I am a soul whisperer, and I help, similar to Gail, I help people get out of emotional pain into a source of strength and growth and abundance. And I live in Sedona, Arizona, and you can find me here or also online.
I love that. I visited Sedona in April last year, and I was at few places where the vortex was like high. Ooh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved
So amazing, yeah.
it. I will definitely come and visit you, my beautiful one. So, my
Yay.
beautiful girl, if I can start the questioning, what inspires you?
Oh, I wouldn't say that something inspires me. I've learned to find inspiration within myself. And I will be honest, I turn to the universe, to God, for inspiration quite frequently. Quite frequently. It's when I sit quietly on my couch and just relax and let it flow. The inspiration just comes. So I don't go looking for inspiration. It's like it'll happen if I let it happen. If I try to make it happen, the energy pushes it away. Right? So I just listen.
I love that. You know, for me, I truly am. Every day I say to God, I'm such an honor to be in stewardship of His plan. And anytime I just open the tap like water, and then the inspiration come in. So I've got the tap, and I just send the kissy upstairs, and then I love it. Also, one of my values is that I brought in is flow, to be in the flow, but be in the present moment. So I think that helped me open my tap frequently. So I love it. I love it. Thank you, my beautiful girl, my beautiful Sydney, my soul whisperer, and for you.
As when you first asked the question, I thought of the book Room with a View. I don't know if you read Room with a View, but in that, what I took away from that was that, there's this whole thing with having this room with a view, and one of the main characters says that the view is on the inside for him. And what I've noticed is I've lived in a lot of different I'm in a beautiful place now. I spend a lot of time in nature. But what I've noticed about myself is I'm often in that dreams, or, maybe I'm going on a walk, but I go into this kind of dreamy space. And so I definitely hear what both of you are saying. It's like turning on a tap that's on the inside, tapping into something that's inner is where I get my inspiration. And sometimes it comes after I meditate, and sometimes you're washing the dishes and and all of a sudden you're like, oh, you're getting these messages. So yes. Yeah.
So my beautiful viewers, if I get goosebumps, this is my sign. So do you have your glasses? Did you get goosebumps with both ladies? With both ladies? The ladies? I'm going to take a photo. Viewers, I took a photo of you as well. So, thank you, my beautiful ladies. For me as well, my beautiful ones, I love to write in my diary. So I have, we call it a diary, not a journal. And then I will close my diary, and then I will say, my beautiful Lord, let it, well, in Afrikaans, laat it come. That's the Afrikaans word. So I will say, let it come. So let it come. And then I just sit there and I'm smiling. And then after a while, I will write in my diary as well. So I love that. I love that. Images and inspiration on the tap. I love that. So my beautiful girl, how, if you can give somebody a tip, or maybe tip or 5 tips, I don't know how many tips do you have, how to get their inspiration in their life. Because I know with all of us are so busy, especially young moms with children. I just see my daughter with the little one and then the 2 older ones. She really don't have a lot of time for herself. So maybe there is somebody that you can inspire with your tips that you would bestow on them.
Wow, there's so many. But I'll give a simple one, and it's truly a breath exercise. And just breathing in, holding it, and then breathing out. So I breathe in to the count of 4, hold it for 7, and breathe out for 9, believe it or not. Right? So you breathe in, you hold it, and you breathe out. And I like to make noise when I breathe out, right? And if you're into yoga at all, when you breathe out, you can do the lion, right? when you breathe out, right? And I'll give you one more hint of when I'm frustrated, and I can't get rid of that energy. I tend to like to drive. So I'll get in my car, roll down the window, and I'm not going to tell you what I say because I swear. But then I head my head out the window so the wind is blowing my hair, and I scream. And then I feel much better. And I can come back and do what it is that I want to do. Right? So I just let it all out, let nature blow in my face, and then I feel wonderful. And I can get back calmly in the right energy, because a heightened energy to solve problems is not the right energy to be in. So there's 2 hints.
I love that. And now that you say you're screaming, so we have a tradition that when you go through a tunnel, you scream until you're through the tunnel. But if there's long tunnels like in Auckland, you have to breathe. So we also love to do the screaming when we go through a tunnel. So I loved it. And for you, my beautiful Sydney?
Well, I'm so happy you invited me today, Sanet. I have an art, I don't know if you know, but I have an art business with my husband. My other business is an art business. And I used to write a blog called Get Inspired, or Stay Inspired, actually. And one of the things I found, and hopefully this isn't challenging, but when we can get into our, I'm pointing the wrong side, our right brain, that is a more expansive side that likes to see the global view. And I find if I can do right brain exercises, it will pull me out of the narrow focus of my left brain and into a more expanded sense of awareness. And so one of the most famous people that did right brain exercises is Betty Edwards with drawing on the right side of the brain. And she has some really simple drawing techniques like blind contour drawing that helps shift your brain activity into the right hemisphere. And it's actually a great way to get inspired, make connections, and really open to that more expansive awareness.
So I don't know if that's the same thing, because I've done this now for the last maybe 2.5 years. I was a lefty.
Oh,
When I was born, I was a lefty. But here in South Africa, and I know it's the older generation, if they said if you were a left-handed person, you
Yeah.
are a dummy and you need to write with your right hand. So before I went to school, I was taught to do the right hand, and I could never do the left side. So for me, I can do the most beautiful paintings with both of my hands. I can
Wow.
do beautiful writing with both of my hands. This one takes a little bit, and it's not as beautiful as this because it was practicing, but I can still. But now, the last 2.5 years, I do the similar drawing and I cross over to get
Wow.
those brain moving. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
if
love
that
it.
is the same thing. So
Yeah,
please tell us a little bit about that.
I love it.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so
um,
much. So,
that does. Oh, go ahead.
please,
Sorry.
please tell us a little bit about what you were telling, and the lady's name again, because maybe it's the
Oh,
same thing.
yeah, what you're doing with the two hemispheres is related. She doesn't really teach you necessarily to draw with your left hand but you can draw with your non-dominant hand will help that right brain development. Okay, and her name is Betty Edwards. She wrote a book I think in the 70s called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, but it's a way the technique is actually to teach you how to draw realistically as like the first step in your art learning. But it also, what I found is I use it to help people to learn to channel or to gather that divine inspiration. Because when you open that right hemisphere, like I say, it's a more global point of view. It's a more, I just feel this energy like opening, capturing that awareness. And it's so, yeah, it's a great technique to, like I say, to kind of shift. We're used to in the Western world being in this left brain mode of like thinking and trying to understand things and trying to know things. And what I found is a lot of times, inspiration, maybe we turn on the faucet, but also there's inspiration that comes from making connections and from seeing things from a different point of view and from maybe doing it differently than you have done it in the past. And that right brain work seems to help you open that. And
So it's
I'll just, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Gail.
what's
Yeah.
interesting, Sydney, it reminds me, I used to be a leader in corporate. And at one point, I had a team that was responsible for being creative and innovative, right? So we would meet once a month. I would get a conference room and I'd have lunch brought in and we would play games,
Oh, fun.
right? And we would be snort laughing. It would be hilarious, like rolling on the floor. When we were done, we'd sit at the conference table, put on a recorder because we couldn't take notes because the ideas came so quickly,
Oh, wow.
right? So that's like dropping down all of the defenses, merging together as one mind, and all of us being in complete flow. It was so beautiful and delicious. It was amazing.
Wow. Oh,
So,
that's exciting.
exactly. So my beautiful ones, I was a trainer on very difficult systems for the back end. So when the corporate wanted to use the banking systems, I was responsible for training the advisors to train the clients. And I tell you, after we gave them a beautiful lunch, most of the time in the afternoon, I struggled to get the people awake. So what I did, I took them outside and I went and we had trees. And the people thought I was the crazy lady, but they didn't know I was the clever lady because they had fresh air and they make jokes around how you touch the tree or how you feel. And some people say they could feel the energy, but
Wow.
they didn't know when we got back. I didn't have anyone that's asleep. I didn't have anyone on their cell phones. I had amazing, bubbly, and on a difficult training that I had. So I was the clever one, but just how thoughtful. It's just to bring something else in. Like Gail, you said with the activities. I love it. I love it. So, my beautiful one, our theme is inspiration for March and also creativity. So, now I wanted to ask a little bit about creativity. So, my beautiful Gail, what does creativity means for you?
Oh, for me, creativity happens when something new and unique comes to mind. And it could be something that I create. Well, it's always something that I create, but a lot of times it's in my writing, right? And I never thought of myself as a writer. I have 8 books out there, right? 4 of them are collaboratives, 4 of them are my own. And they just came. And again, it's sitting down and having that inspirational moment. And I will be honest, the last 2 books, one, I was inspired by a spiritualist to bring something forward, and it was about the Kabbalah. And I'm like, really? This is 4,000 years old. You want me to bring this forward? He says, they're telling me you have to write this book. And within a month, bleh, it came out.
Wow.
Yes. And then a year and a half ago, I started a journey on cancer. And as I was going through that, the experiences I was going through, I was again told, you have to share your experiences. And I said, well, they're really personal. And like, people need to hear this, Gail. And so again, out it came. And so I don't write until I'm inspired. But when I'm inspired, the creation happens. So it's inspiration first, and then creation happens.
So I'm learning to this now for my grandson because I want to play a tune. That's for you, and I've got the instrument for you because I've got a lot of instruments around.
You've got a lot.
So my beauty,
you have a different instrument.
what does creativity mean for you?
Wow, I had a flood of ideas come in when you asked the question to Gail. And I loved your story, Gail. Thank you. So let me think. I think a lot of people associate creativity with making art or being crafty, which I have that background. But I also think there's like, it's related to what I heard Gail was saying was like a lot of times inspiration precedes the creative process. And maybe every time if I try to think back to what my experience has been and, like a book, like Gail's saying, it's not just like, you don't just sit down at one sitting, it's like day after day and there's a whole creative, right? You got to create all these pieces, to make this book a reality. And so I don't know if I have an answer for what is creativity. I see it as a process with multiple steps. There's the inspiration, and then you get this idea and you have a vision of it, and then you take action on it. And, you actually, and there might be a part where you're writing or working with your hands or, you know what I mean? You're taking something that's this like, just maybe just like the tip of the iceberg idea, and then you're making it real. Yeah.
What I experience, Sydney, is I don't know what the end result is going to look like. I just take the step that I'm inspired to take. And I think, well, that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, I sit back and go, how the heck did I do that? Right? And then I say, thank you, right?
Yeah.
Because you did it.
Because you're opening to the flow of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So exciting.
It's awesome. And this is for you, Sydney.
Yes, for you.
I love it. Woo!
Oh, wow. So, ladies, who's going to ask me?
What do you define as creativity, Sanet?
Oh, thank you for asking, my beautiful Sydney. So, for me, even in doing something simple as like washing your hands and looking yourself in the mirror and giving you that sexy look and say, Sanet, you are gorgeous today. Even in a simple act like that, bringing in creativity. And then during the day as well. So I had quite a lot of sand that was running through on the street, and then the grass started to grow. So now we've got a little bit of grass on the street. So now I asked somebody, please, can you help me take it out? So I will then remove it. So I started to remove it, and then I get so many people coming past. Oh, what are you doing? And they call me Auntie Sanet or Auntie Angel. Or I heard the other one say to me, Auntie Sunshine, because I've got a hat on and I'm always friendly. And what are you doing now? I'm taking the grass. I'm taking the grass and the sand out of the road. But you look so happy and it's hard work. It was hard work, but I made it happy. I was dancing with the shovel. I was dancing with the wheelbarrow, but in small acts. You can make pockets of happiness being creative, So that's the meaning for me, that in any small activity that you can do, what fun, what creative way can you bring it in to make the normal that you normally do something different? And tomorrow when I'm looking in the mirror and I wash my hands, I will say to myself, thank you, my beautiful Lord. It's a glorious day. I don't know. I will never have the same discussion with myself, but sometimes I will tell myself, Sanet, you are gorgeous today. And I will do it twice, maybe a week, just to remind me how gorgeous I am. Thank you for asking, my beautiful Sydney.
Yay!
My beautiful girl, can you tell me, how are you serving the world? And please also tell the viewers out there, how can they connect? But before you start, I want to mention something. My beautiful viewers, if you look down below in the show notes, you will see my amazing guest contact details and connect with them. Send them a friend request. Go onto the website. You don't know if you don't know. Currently, I've done 571 coffee chats in 3 years and 2 months. I've met incredible people around the world. I'm a heart connector. I'm connecting people to each other. So please connect with my guests. Look down below in the show notes and connect. Oh, thank you, ladies, for giving me glasses. So, my beautiful girl, tell us how you're serving the world, and tell the viewers how they can connect with you. Thank you so much.
Oh, so how am I serving the world? A variety of ways, I guess, but mostly I work with people from my heart. And so when I have a client that comes to me, I don't have a program. I mean, I have tools. I've got training up the wazoo, and that doesn't matter. I have tools. But 99% of the time, I am inspired to work with them. And what I say is always different because I say what they need to hear in the moment. Right? And we don't talk about healing. I don't believe you're broken, so you're not healing. I believe, right? Everything is energy, so I work with everything is energy. And we define the energy and remove the story. And so therefore you're in the now with the energy and you detach the story. And when you do that, you can then ask the energy, so why are you here today? Yes, it feels familiar, but take that story and put it away. And you get to be in the now. So I guess I help my clients be in the now and be in the love. So love bug, yes. Oh, so So do connect with me on my website, which is gailkraft.com. Very, very easy to remember. Or find me on Facebook, Gail Kraft 77, or LinkedIn. Thank you.
I loved it. So, my beautiful girl, we only met 2 weeks ago. Do you know that?
I know.
And I see you every day. I'm just thinking, I didn't see you on Saturday, but I saw you every day. I even saw you on Sunday because it was Allison's Mrs. Potts.
I went on that one, and I was exhausted. I still went on.
So, my beautiful ones, we're going to talk about Mrs. Potts in a few seconds, but I wanted to ask Sydney, can you please tell the viewers how you are serving the world? And then I also would love to say thank you for taking my request for Howard and put him on the prayer list, and then with all your healers did something for him as well. So I can just say thank you for all your love and all your healing energy that you are bestowing on everyone. So my beautiful Sydney, tell us how you're serving the world, my girl.
Thank you, Sanet. I want to add, say one thing. I'm so moved, Gail, by what you said about your opening your heart. I think I get caught in my head sometimes, and I just think that's so beautiful. And I see how much love and joy you bring, and so thank you for reminding me of that. I'm a reverend. I do have a background in theology and also the healing arts and also fine art. And that's a hard question. How do I serve the world? One thing that you just mentioned, Sanet, is I coordinate a prayer line for the Healing Light Center Church. So if you need prayer, I welcome people to come to me for prayer, to receive prayer from me or from this prayer line. And I also teach I teach a course called Soul Gardening, and it's about attuning to the seasons and the moon cycle for developing your soul, like choosing your growth and how you want to grow, and then seeding that and cultivating your growth like a garden. And I also am working on training other healers to work in healing teams for trauma healing. And that's exciting. That's kind of a new area. And, I'm teaching them an energy healing technique, and we're working in healing teams to really raise that healing vibration to, like Gail was saying, like when she got the group together and they got this high energy and they were in this group mind. It's very similar to that, with the intent of doing trauma healing. So, and yes, and you're welcome to contact me through my website, or maybe my phone number's on there. I think it is, so you contact me directly. Yeah.
Thank you. So my beautiful Sydney, your Mrs. Potts. So my beautiful viewers, on the Diamond Beauty Expert, our amazing community, women community, we have currently 25 tea parties, but we've got 27 Mrs. Potts. So Mrs. Potts is from Beauty and the Beast, and both Gail, on Friday is your first one. I'm so excited. I'm not going to miss yours. I will be there. I will be there on Friday. But you have attended the last 2 weeks, almost everyone's one.
Wow.
And Sydney has also have hers, the last Mrs. Potts on a Friday. And my beautiful Sydney, it's almost midnight when it's your Mrs. Potts. So my husband said to me, aren't you getting rest on a Friday? I said, no, I must still do Lori Kay and I have to do Sydney's one. So I just wanted to say for the Mrs. If you don't know Mrs. Potts, so both of these ladies, amazing ladies, is Mrs. Potts in our group. With all the connections I made, one of the biggest thing that I saw was loneliness, especially women. Even women in a relationship could not really talk about her trouble mind, because then the whole family will fall path, and God gave me this amazing vision with Elvis Presley and Mrs. Potts, the animated Mrs. Potts and Diamonds. And if you want to know a little bit, thank you, Sydney. If you want to know a little bit more about it, please go to my YouTube channel, Self Love Ignites Me, and find out about Mrs. Potts. And then when you're there, you can also look at all my amazing Mrs. Potts, 27 of them. Their commercials, like their commercials is in the shorts. You can go and watch them. So both of you have said yes to me for the Mrs. Potts. So I'm going to go to you first, my beautiful Sydney. We had a coffee chat. I just loved the first, we were still busy dancing, and I loved you already. And you didn't even say a lot, and I just love you. And when I came back to you with the concept with Mrs. Potts, what was your reaction?
I think I was really surprised. I mean, I feel like I was surprised and also like, okay, this is I loved you too immediately. And I was like, well, I think this is a yes, when you say like a hell yes, but in a good way. And, but also I was a little like, am I ready for this? But I love being there. I like this idea that I'm there for other people. That's why I said yes. But what I've noticed is that by being there, I feel so joyful and uplifted after my Mrs. Potts. It's so nice to have you, Sanet, and you, Gail, or whoever shows up, and the love that's shared. I always come away feeling so uplifted and joyful that I'm like, maybe this was a gift that Sanet gave to me that I just didn't know was for me when she asked me, if that makes sense.
Thank you. So in connection with our show today, you have inspired me. And when I got the download to ask you, I asked you because I knew that God knew who will be the most amazing Mrs. Potts. And you have just that beautiful heart that you can inspire anyone and that have the ability for anyone to come and tell their story to you. So I just thank you so much for your amazingness and being a Mrs. Potts. But yours was quite different. So we are doing the Mrs. Potts now for 19 months, ladies. 19 months we are doing it. You are the first Mrs. Potts that we had a gentleman in.
Oh, that was a mistake.
No, it's never a mistake. It's never a mistake. So it was actually such a beautiful thing. Beautiful. At our Mrs. Potts, and she got 2 visitors, and they stayed. I said, no, let them stay to here. And she did the beautiful prayer, Sydney. And then when the people came around, there was a gentleman, and we welcome him and his, I want to say girlfriend, his girlfriend with open arms, and she have joined the Diamond Beauties as well. And then for me, being able for all of us, the ladies that was there, telling the 2 of them why we are doing this and what's the inspiration. I do believe that was a miracle for the 2 visitors you had as well. And for you, because it showed you that your space was in such a beautiful environment. So I just wanted to say thank you for being a Mrs. Potts, my beautiful one. You are truly inspiration. So now if I can move on, thank you. So if I can move to Gail. So Gail, our miracle man sent you my way. And he told me, Sanet, don't give Gail a little. Gave her the whole shebang. No, my beautiful one. I'm doing a lot. There's a lot of projects, a lot of things I'm doing. So when he told me, and I said, a miracle man, are you sure? Everything. The cover of the magazine, the Soul Diamond Author's Journey, Mrs. Potts, everything. Well, I forgot the Mrs. Potts. I didn't mention that. He said, don't forget Mrs. Potts. So my beautiful Sydney, when Gail, that our coffee chat, I have to give her everything. And I type, and then I decided, no, this is too much. I'm going to do a Word document. But for Gail, I gave Gail the whole shebang. And I realized then it was so much that I actually do, and that's the reason why, Gail, that I've put everything now in a Word document so that I don't have to type so many times. But I don't ever do all that in one sitting. I will do that in about 3 months sitting. I will do it.
It was a fire hose. It was a fire hose. But
Love it.
the week of that conversation, I had a come to Jesus conversation with the universe and said, stop holding back.
Oh,
So I got exactly what I asked for.
oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So my beautiful girl, with our coffee chat, it's the same. We were dancing, and then I told you I love you, and I saw this in the corner of my eye because this was for my grandchildren for Valentine, and I saw, and now this is Gail's name. She's my love bug. So, how was the experience for you? And then you said yes to be a Mrs. Potts, and you're going to have your first Mrs. Potts now coming on Friday. I'm looking so forward to it. How are you going to anticipate being a Mrs. Potts, having that creative space, that inspirational space?
I'm just going to let it flow. Right? And whatever comes to mind, I'm a dragon rider. I probably should have my dragon behind me. So I will bring my dragon cards and start off with pulling a dragon card. I don't want to define the card. I think I'm going to have everyone who participates tell me what they feel from the card. Right? Because it's what are you getting? It doesn't matter what I think or even what the card says. What do you get from that, right? And then take that forward into a meditation and talk about being in the moment. Just talk about, what does it take to be in the moment, right? And how beautiful this moment is. So one of my takeaways, one of my things with my clients is every time you bring the past in, and every time you project and worry, you are losing the opportunity of the beauty of this moment. You cheat yourself of this moment's experience. Yeah. And there's something gorgeous here for you. When you were 6 years old, you were in the moment. Let's get that child back out and be in the moment, right? It's so, I hope to bring that to Mrs. Potts, a cup of transformation.
I just saw I missed some water on my button. And I thought, oh, is this going to work? And it's still working. I'm very happy.
Oh, it's crying. Your button is crying.
So my beautiful one, I had this button. So I've got the pen and the two buttons a lady in New York gave me. This pen I have now for almost a year, and it's 26 years old then. People ask me, where is this? What is this? So this is the paparazzi pen. We're going to use it in about 2-3 minutes. But then this button, she gave me this button. It can speak in different languages. It's easy. But my grandchildren love this button, and with all the moving the button now, this is not working anymore. But it's easy. It's easy, but it's not working anymore. So yeah, I just love it. So my beautiful ones, we've got time for one more. I'm not going to say a question, but one more request from my side. Gail, is there anything that you would love to bestow on the viewers today?
Yeah. I have this saying, if not now, when? And it really, why wait? Why wait? The world is waiting for you. Step into it.
Love it. So that was your golden nugget, but you will have to repeat it when I have the paparazzi.
Okay, I will.
My beautiful Sydney, and for you, what wisdom can you bestow on the viewers today?
I have been working with the angels more recently, and Sanet, I think of you as an angel, earth angel, and bringing so many angels. And I've been really asking the Archangel Haniel to come and help me. I mean, this is related to being in the present. Like, what brings me joy in the present? Kind of related to what you said, Sanet, about washing your hands and just being able to be in joy and creativity in the present moment. And so so if you need help with that, I've been asking Haniel, please come help me to find that joy within myself and express it in this moment, and hopefully you enjoy the angels. So yes.
Wow, I loved it. I loved it. So my beautiful viewers, I know there is golden tips and golden moments that all of these two amazing ladies have given you. So what can you bring in your life? How can you be in the present moment? And how can you have fun and creativity every day? I do believe you have to have it every day. As a kid, we had fun. Did creativity. We didn't think, oh, what will that one say about my painting? We didn't care. We just draw and we showed eagerly. Look what I've done. Look what I've done. Why did we throw that away? Because we have to bring it back into our lives. Thank you, my beautiful ladies.
The dragonfly flew off. It was so happy.
Oh, oh, wow. Wow, my girl. I love that. So, my beautiful ladies, we are now bringing out the paparazzi. And when I'm asking Sydney, when I'm Gail first, then you, and then will you ask me as well? Because I also want the paparazzi pen. So first of all, Gail, please give us your golden nugget, my beautiful one, with an explanation.
With an explanation. So my golden nugget is, if not now, when? And it covers a variety of things, but mostly for those who are in the darkness, in the suffering, in the pain. If you don't get out of it now, when?
Are you ready for paparazzi?
I am ready for paparazzi.
Here we go.
We all get to be paparazzi.
Oh, thank you. My beautiful Sydney, what is your golden nugget?
My golden nugget is if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go together. And this is an African proverb. And what it means to me is, well, I really, as I told you about the team healing, I really think that doing things together, and I think this is what I see with you, Sanet, and the Diamond Beauties and the Mrs. Potts, is that, you know, it's all about community, and it's all about connection, and it's all about, you know, relationship, and so it's important for me to go together. Yes. Oh.
But if you just put this on before, I love it. Are you ready for paparazzi?
Yes. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. And Sanet, what is your golden nugget? With an explanation.
Thank you for asking, my beautiful Sydney. My golden nugget is, if your why is big enough, you can do anything. You can do everything. And I have to go a little bit down quickly. I normally have my picture to say, I lost 165 pounds. and my why is big enough. So thank you, my beautiful Sydney. I am ready for paparazzi. Yeah, we
Okay.
go.
Whoop.
Oh, wow. My beautiful ladies, thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your brilliance and your amazing stories. Are you ready to have a dance with
Yes,
me?
please.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, wow.
Ready.
My beautiful viewers, are you ready to have a dance with
Come
us?
join us.
Yeah.
They said yes, they said yes.